Oh, that's Beth.
Good morning, Beth.
Hi, Beth. Thanks for joining.
And Julie's on. Good morning. We decided to start just a little early since it's our first time. And
First
we're like,
one.
make sure everything is working. So you guys can hear us okay? Oh, good. Oh, Jeff
Oh,
Montani's
there
on.
we go. Hey,
Hi.
Jeff.
Good morning.
That's a nice surprise.
Yeah. This is fun. We're
Yeah.
going to just keep waiting for a little bit since we started early. But Jeff, you're from Texas. You enjoying no snow, I suppose. We got, what, 10 inches in the
Yep.
last couple days?
Yep. And another 3 or 4 today.
Yeah.
I bet you missed that, Jeff.
Maybe we should take a little trip and visit Jeff. Even having daylight savings time today was kind of threw me a little bit. I was just I'm also wondering why we still have it. Anybody have a good reason why we still have daylight savings time?
Yeah, no idea.
I had heard it was for the farmers originally. Or then I heard that it was for the war when it was World War II.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Hey, Janet, you are on. We are at the emergency vet with Bison prayers. Oh, okay. Yes, definitely prayers. Let us know. Did you set up a schedule with Rick for your puppy? I don't know if she got on there. I don't know. Did you notice if she scheduled anything?
I did not.
Okay.
So. So you can see down here.
Yeah. There's 8 comments. That's cool. Hey, Jeff, I saw a very neat picture on Facebook of you and your boys. Did they come to visit you in Texas?
You might have stepped away.
Yep.
Well, it's 9 o'clock.
It's 9 o'clock. Let's start.
Okay.
So, one of the reasons we wanted to start this was we have Rick teaches the Medicine Wheel group, and these wonderful people still get together every once in a while, probably every 3-4 months, and have coffee together. And so all of a sudden they had posted, sent out a text, and they were like, let's do that coffee again. And it just hit me that I think a lot of people want to connect and just get more inspired and talk about different things that they have in common. So that was kind of like, it was Kim from the Medicine Wheel group.
Yep.
And then I was like, let's do this live. So it happened very quickly. It just was like 2 weeks ago, I was talking to Rick. I'm like, let's do this and let's try to inspire people. I think with COVID happening, I think we really got more reclusive. I know I have. And so it is almost like I try to reach out to people and let's go to lunch or let's get a coffee just because we have to get out. Plus, it's winter. So,
Yeah.
what do you think?
I think that, as I've mentioned on several occasions, and Beth still doesn't like to hear this, I said I've learned to listen to Spirit and my wife, and I stay out of trouble. So if she decides we want to do this, I guess I'm doing it.
Yeah, and I love it when you say that because in the meantime, I'm thinking, you didn't listen to me on this and that. So I think you have to stop saying that
No.
because I think you're full of it sometimes. So this group this is just morning coffee chat, and and inspiring. And so it is also for you guys. So we'd love for you guys to just put your comments in. What do you want us to talk about? I mean, we have our idea of today, what we want to talk about. But if there's questions that you guys have or thoughts, we'd really love to hear from you. We are going to be, this will be in our, we're adding it to our YouTube channel, which is called, I'm sure you guys all know, I'm Married to a Shaman, which by the way is super cool because when I came up with the title, I was thinking because I'm married to this big guy here, right? This super shaman. And then, after we were going live, Rick goes, this is kind of cool because you are a shaman as well. And so it works both ways.
Yep.
So we really fell in love with that title and we were going with it. So it will be on our YouTube channel. And then you can comment in there as well on what you'd love for us to talk about, or Rick's ideas, or shamanism, or just life after death, whatever. This is for you guys too, because we plan on doing this weekly. Sundays mornings at 9 Central Time. So hopefully that works out for you guys.
Yeah, and we're just keeping it short,
Yep.
only about 15 minutes, because we'll just, these short little messages or short little chats, get to see us. If you can always close your eyes and just listen to us if you don't want to watch us, so that's okay
Or turn
too.
us off.
Yeah. So, but comments through there, comments to Beth, comments in here. We have ideas. We've got things we're gonna talk about as we go forward. But that's kind of where the direction we're moving is, to be able to more and more help people and to respond and give them resources. So whether it's through our teachings, through our talks, through the messages we post over social media, or things like this, or the YouTube channel, that's all ways that we're trying to reach out to people and to help them and give them inspiration, enlightenment, different ideas. So that's the whole thought process here.
Well, and as you can see from behind us, we still have Jessica and Joshua's chicken in the basket that was at David's office. And that truly inspired us. We have been on this journey for 23 years, and we're just going through it. We raised children again and survived, and then we really thought it was for David, the forgiveness, and never anybody would have heard about it. It's a quiet, it's a personal thing. And then the kids really have inspired us. So that's why I blew this up, literally have it on our walls, and it's our kids that are still leading us. Yeah. So even for today, I talked to Jessica and Josh. I use a pendulum. And it's kind of neat because through these years, I should even say last 6 months, really, 4 months, I started getting this feeling sensation on my chin. And I was like, I think that's Jessica. I think that's Jessica coming in and giving me a hug and stuff. And so then I do communicate with them. I use a pendulum. And so, and then I communicate, Josh touches my nose. So that's how I know when my kids are by me. And it was really sweet because the other night, Friday night, Grace, sorry, slip up there. Grace and I went to a play, and it was Footloose. And in that play, the minister actually loses his son. That's why he created no dancing. It was a rule, a law. They said that in the town there was no dancing because his son had 5 years earlier, left the city, went and drank, smoked marijuana, and was dancing, and then fell off the bridge. So I'm watching this play, right? And totally forgot about that. But in the middle of the play, I'm getting this message on my, love on my cheek. And then all of a sudden I'm itching my nose. And I'm like, oh, I think the kids were truly with me to remind me that they're always with us. And yeah, it is kind of sucky when you're watching a play and you're reminded, now that person lost a child, even though it was fictional. But that was neat. So getting back to Jessica, I was sitting with her and I use a pendulum, and I was like, what should we talk about for this first live video? What should we do? And she actually, with the pendulum, spelled out attitude. Pretty much attitude is everything. So I thought it was really cool because our cup here, our coffee cup, it's a, Buddha, and it says, Buddha says, what you think, You become what you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you create. So I thought that was really kind of cool for today.
Yeah. And obviously the writing's on the inside of the cup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can't
She
really
was
see.
spinning it around, not to
Yeah.
show you guys the writing, but
So I could read it.
so she could read it. Hi, Margie.
Morning, Margie.
So we talked a little bit about it, and what we wanted to talk about, briefly with the idea of attitude is kind of pulling from some of the, shamanic trainings in that you can shift your perception, and once you shift your perception, that helps to change your attitude. And so the examples we want to give is, let's say you're in a conversation or a heated discussion. So there's a lot of emotion going on. That's one of your perceptual states that you can be in, where you're really tied to emotion. You are tied to feelings. You're tied to that energy of the emotion, and it's difficult sometimes to understand, to see the details, or to understand the situation when you're embroiled in that emotion. So when you shift your perception, you shift your perceptual state, it changes your whole being, it changes your attitude. And so from that state of emotion, you can shift to one where you're either looking at all the details, everything that's up close. What are they wearing? How are they talking? And you break from that emotion. And so you're focused just on the details. Why he's saying what? What is that detail? How is he nuancing the words? It's all those fine details. How does his face change? So you're focusing on all of that, and you're detracting yourself from the energy of all those emotions. Or you can shift to a different perceptual state where you are trying to understand the big picture. You're looking at it, the idea is you're looking at it from above. So you understand how all these pieces fit together, and why is he saying that? Why is this person, male, female, whatever, why is this person so upset? What's driving them to create all of this emotion? What's the trigger for all of this? And so when you shift out of that energy of all that emotion, it doesn't allow you to engage in it. It allows you to change how you're perceiving the details of what's going on. And that then allows you to, in turn, shift your attitude, because your perception creates reality. And if your attitude and your reality at that point is all energy and all tied up, shifting either to the details or to the big picture will then allow you to disengage and change your attitude. And so not only can you use that in, conversations with people, but you can use it to shift your own attitude on how you are feeling and how you perceive things. If it's a crappy day and you're just not having a good day, you don't like the weather, whatever it might be, shift to the standpoint of looking at all the details. How do the raindrops hit the window? How does the snowflakes fall? How are they individual? How are they hanging on the trees? You look at those types of details. You begin then to look for the beauty of the situation from those short details, or pull back to the bigger picture and look across the landscape. How does that whole landscape now change based on the rain, or based on the fog or the snow? And so that allows you now to shift your whole attitude and perception. And it gives you the tools to be able to control yourself more, rather than being controlled by your emotions or what's taking place around you.
Well, exactly. Even like the other day, you had to get Gracie from U of I. And with the snow that we got, it took him 7 hours of driving 35 miles an hour, 7 hours to get home,
Right.
instead of 5. And then the next morning, I asked him a question, and you pretty much were like, just answering it very quickly. And I was like, I could have reacted. I think I was like, what the heck are you doing? We don't talk like that. And he's like, oh, I'm really tired. And so then I even had to change my perceptual state and thought process, and be like, that's right. That was intense. You probably were extremely emotional and scared. Not even scared. I know you won't
Just
say you were scared.
Crappy weather,
Crappy weather.
driving
It was
for
just bad. But we
5
got
hours.
7 hours.
It was 5 of the 7
Oh
were
yeah,
crappy driving.
that was
So
awful. Yeah. So and so even for us, it's like we have to, you know, we know this stuff, but yet it's very easy to react. And I just was like, I'm so grateful you guys are home and safe and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And even this morning, now we have more snow. It's snowing. It's still snowing. And so I had to change my thought as I looked out the window. I was like, it is pretty. It is pretty. That's all I kept saying. Even though I'm like, I'm coming to see Jeff in Texas, but I don't know. So that was our thought. So
Yeah. So it's that, you know, we kind of joke about it, you know, when I mentioned earlier that I've learned to listen to spirit in my wife, and I stay out of trouble, but that's really how we're kind of pushed and led right now. And that, you know, Jessica said, talk about attitude. So that's what we're talking about. For some reason, somebody needs to hear that message. You know, whether it's now live or whether it's recorded later, somebody needs to hear this message about attitude. Somebody needs to understand that, or it needs to be reinforced to somebody.
well, it's a good message for everybody because literally, you know, after you got Gracie home, I mean, I had to be reminded. And then this morning again, as I look outside, I'm going to post a picture of all the snow. I just, you know, by the time it's March, you get a little tired of the snow.
Well, it's all relative though, because the people in some of those mountain passes in California have like 20 feet of snow.
Yes, and then in Colorado, how many days do they have sunshine and whatever? Okay, see, look
Plus,
at me.
see, yeah.
We're supposed to stay inspired. We're supposed to uplift people. So, so this, if you guys, we're gonna keep doing this. We're gonna keep going live on Sunday mornings. But message us and let us know what you want to hear. I can keep asking our Jessica what she thinks we can do too. But it'll be fun. And, you know, and please share us if you need some prayers or, you know, if you got studying for a test or are seeing a doctor this week, we certainly all can help by sending you positive energy and positive thoughts. And yeah. So how are we doing? We're just about at 15 minutes.
Yep, just
Look
about.
at us.
So, yeah, if you haven't looked at the YouTube channel, it's called I'm Married to a Shaman. You know, take a look at that. We continue to add videos. It's a mixture of videos, some about our story, some about meditations and journey. This will be on there starting, you know, now.
I love the meditation videos because you know, you did one for clearing energy and it's a 15-minute video and it is just such a great way to start your morning as well. You know, and then also today, are you adding the one where we tell the whole story?
If I get it done.
He hopefully he's editing it right now. Rick and I told the whole story of losing Jessica and Joshua, and then going into David's forgiving. So please, when you watch it, we were crying, literally crying. So bring tissues if you watch it. I don't know. It's going to be like rereading or proofreading our book. The first 5 chapters were horrific. Those were the last 5 chapters that we made sure were perfect because it was always like ripping the bandage off. But so anyways, yeah.
So, yeah. Thanks, Jeff and Beth, for those comments.
Love you guys too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This is so sweet that you are all here in the morning. And yeah, let's keep going, raising everybody's vibrations up and being positive. And spring is coming. We have sandhill cranes and I've seen my first robin. So that's always raises me up and makes me happy.
Yep, that's our sign. Spring is here when the sandhill cranes come back. So,
Yes.
all right. So, have a wonderful day, everybody. Thank you for
wonderful
being
Sunday.
here. Thank you all.
Love you all.
Yep.
Let
See
us
you.
know what you want us to talk about.
Yep. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment. We do love to hear from you.